go.
Almost.
Nights.
What? There we go. What's up? How's
What's
everybody
Going
going
on, everybody?
How's everybody
It'd be
doing?
going a lot better if you weren't just, chewing on your Klondike and we didn't get a chance to get a bite.
It's like that.
It was
you
good.
you got enough for everybody in the class type of deal.
Yeah, that's right.
We got some guys dropping in already.
Shout out to the squads.
Victor, Rudy, Eddie, Mike B, One Man HVAC, which I think I saw a couple of his videos.
Shout out to One Man, bro. He's been crushing it. And no, he did. I'm glad he recorded that for his wife.
I was gonna say
he's the
one. He's the one that got confronted, and she was very like, yes, we did.
Yeah, he was like, nah.
Yeah, yes, we did do the dirty, but no. He's like, nah, I'm married. That is crazy. I don't do residential, so I have none of those types of stories.
I've never had a story like that. I hear other guys that have those type of stories.
Yeah,
never ran into it. So,
Dude,
thank God, blessings. You know what I mean? Tell us yours, Kurt.
Kurt's a ladies' man over there.
Oh, well, I had a lady take me upstairs to her air conditioner, and she had a pull-down staircase. And there was a light at the top of the pull-down staircase. And she volunteered to go up there and turn on the light. And when she did, she completely bent over, and I saw everything that only her husband should see.
Oh, gosh.
And I don't know. I wasn't ready for something like that. I turned around and gave her my back, so when she came down, she saw that I wasn't wanting to engage like that.
Good job. Good man. Proud of you, Kurt. But
and then the next time I saw her, she had on some different clothes.
There you go. Shot down by the HVAC guy. Were you gonna say something?
He's a stud. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I've never had those kinds of encounters. I told my girlfriend, I was like, that doesn't happen to me.
Yeah, no, like Ashley's like, I'm like, yeah, bro, like literally, this never happens. Like these stories that these people, they got to be fake. I don't know. That not obviously Kurt.
Yeah,
I believe everything you say.
One Man HVAC, was that staged? Was that a part of a script or something?
My man was like, nope.
I didn't get to see that one.
Well, just so everybody understands, like, he went into I think he has it in the thumbnail or something like that. He went into work on some equipment, and the lady was like stubborn that she recognized him. Right? She's like, "We know each other. We had sex." That was like straight up just her line at him or whatever she said, and he's like, I don't know if he said I've never been here, or he's like, I've never met you, lady. Like, it must have been like a coworker or something, and she was just like stubborn. But like, I got the impression that she wanted just to engage and like hit on him maybe, and then get it out like that. But I was like, I don't know, if you go around telling people like, I think we know each other, I think we had sex, it's kind of bold. It's a nice pickup line, isn't it?
Yeah. That's how I got Ash. I was like, hey, I know you from somewhere. She's like, I would never with you.
So interesting.
Kurt, why are you uploading the video?
Is he?
Sorry. Hey, just saw a video. I just got a notification.
Boom, there goes our audience.
Got a notification for who?
You.
Oh, that's old though. That was an hour ago.
Did you get a notification for Morgan?
I was going to say you're almost as bad as Morgan. I did. I was like, this son of a bitch.
Consistently every Thursday.
It's like this wasn't the case. All right.
Well, that's an interesting way to start the show, right? Well, how's everybody's work week going?
Going good.
Yep. It's consistent, so solid. Can't bitch and complain too much.
Well, I mean, we could, yeah.
Exactly.
How are those refrigerant prices treating you guys?
Lovely. You know, do y'all remember when I bought that drum of R454 just to see if I could set it on fire? And y'all made fun of me for how much I paid for it?
Nobody made fun of you, Kurt. We thought you were a genius. It's like you was buying into Bitcoin before it was cool. Like 454 is even better.
Oh, why did that change? Real quick, you can hear my voice cracking. It was awkward as hell.
Yeah,
I would have been like,
yo,
I wouldn't have known what to do, honestly.
it's good work, bro. He's like, nah, I'm married, bro. He's like, I turned this camera right on.
Real quick. R454B is 800. Oh, is that the one that you were talking about? Was that Train Supply that you showed us the prices at, Kurt?
Yeah, that was Train.
Yeah, 800. So for me, it's showing, I guess it tapped out at like 700, but it's like out of stock now. So I guess they just haven't, the price hasn't gone up because there's nothing there to sell.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. I bought that one when we did that install. I told y'all about that TX. Remember I sent y'all the video where on that new install? That's when we bought the only tank that we got, and it was like 400 then.
Dude, I'm thinking twice about installing 454 equipment.
That's all we can get our hands on. Oh well, R32, yeah.
Do you have any that you put in already?
R32. I put in like last week I did 3 changeouts, all of them 2-tones, and all of them are 454.
Oh, okay. Man, it's a tough one. I do commercial. I do older equipment, so I'm not there yet. I just know I'm not trying to track down $1,000 drum right now. Like I'd rather not.
Yeah, no, it's I think we've probably done 4.
That needs some kind of relief, and it needs some relief real fast, or people are that's gonna break some companies.
I saw, I forgot who it was. It might have been Josh. He always does those types of videos. Like and I think maybe HVAC also mentioned it. Like this is gonna shut down some companies, unfortunately, right? Like if this gets out of hand. For me, I refuse to even buy it. So at this point, I'm gonna try as hard as I can not to replace. We'll just repair, or I've heard people telling us just throw in 410 or throw in R32 and replace it.
Yeah, I think if it's gonna wreck anybody, it's gonna be them shiesty companies, bro, that just depend on selling the equipment. So like it's gonna weed out, hopefully, maybe not. Weed out the shitty people.
Maybe that's why I'm not worried, you know.
Yeah. No, I'm not concerned because it's freaking 90% repairs versus that 10% replacement. But again, you can't always sway. Like I did sell a system this week, but R22 system compressor was shot and it was a leak in the coil. So it was a 22-year-old system. It's like, hey, we can get you we couldn't actually. Lennox didn't make the coil anymore. So, we're putting in a Rude tomorrow, 454, but the line set is well within tolerance, so we should be good. But yeah, I think it's going to help us. Like, I don't know the word I'm thinking of, but
The real
we're not out here
technicians.
trying to. Yeah, we're not gonna exactly not these parts changing ass fucking sell
No,
you
because
everything that you don't need.
no, because then yeah, they go around. Everybody gets like you get a new system, you get a new system. You know how it goes. And then like, oh, we can't even service this a year later because, or however many months later, whatever. Something leaks, something comes out. You ain't got the refrigerant for it. I'm hoping. I mean, maybe in a year everything's back to normal, but I have no idea.
It's gonna be tough to say, man. Honestly, I mean, just the way everything's going, regardless. This whole changeover was bullshit. The manufacturers weren't even prepared realistically for the changeover. They weren't prepared tier two. They weren't prepared for this, and then compiled that on top of like the tariffs and bullshit. It's just like not, but they're using that to their advantage with
Oh yeah.
this refrigerant shortage is a scam or it's tank shortage. They're not saying a refrigerant shortage. Fucking 32s in a 20-pound cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah,
have
my supply house has hundreds of them.
it's like so
Because
whatever.
our supply house deals with Daikin, sorry, and they have all that equipment. They have that refrigerant and whatever. That's like some guys are mentioning in the chat. I think now, isn't it Goodman? Goodman's the same, right? Daikin, Goodman.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yeah,
ones are yours?
Amana.
one
They're gonna
bought
be
the other.
they're gonna be the heroes of the day now because they got the refrigerant.
Yeah, it'll be it'll be interesting. So if regardless you come to a pinch and you have to sell the system, like hey look, again, I always tell customers I don't have an issue with Goodman. It comes down to when the customer does their due diligence and looks at consumer reports, they're going to see it's not the best. Like in terms of consumer reporting, you know what I mean? I don't have an issue with Goodman personally.
I have a Goodman at the house.
It's still going, you know what I mean? It's like
Still R22
small
is
little
still
thing.
going.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I went to a call
Some
this week.
people
It was a
just swear by
customer.
them.
Yeah, you know the problem is, and this is what what I tell the customers is back in the day they were just selling to fucking anybody that just walked into the store or the shop. They'd sell it to anybody, and Chuck in a truck would install it and didn't know what the hell he was doing. And then the shit's breaking down within a year. And like, oh, the good one sucks. Well, it's because it's the cheapest thing you could get. That you went with the cheapest bidder. You know what I mean? They're not
Hmm.
understanding. You got to, and I think that's where they got their bad reputation. But now they've cleaned up that act, I do believe.
Hopefully.
They're laughing. You know what I mean? Like you said, everybody's like, "Yep."
The concern is, I've heard this too, is that the new equipment might not be coming with full charge, and you're going to need to have that refrigerant.
What?
I've heard
I
this from
have
several people. I don't know,
I haven't had an issue with it yet, so
but it's
we'll
I
find
don't
out
know.
tomorrow too.
It's not the refrigerant like you said. Hopefully, it's not that. Like if that's the shortage, then yeah, we're not gonna have a full charge. But if it's just a tank, then I think the equipment's fine. Um, are you seeing any? Do we have microchannels yet in new equipment like that you guys are installing? Condensers?
I
Yeah,
haven't.
there
I
are
don't think I've
some
seen it.
Riemann Root gas packs now have
Oh
microchannel
shoot!
coils on the VAP and condensers.
So you can't have the full charge in those, right? I would assume.
Wait a minute, we're not talking about split systems. I'm talking about a package unit.
Package
Okay, well,
unit.
I'm saying like when we start seeing if we start seeing microchannels on split systems, then we're screwed.
I've
Well, not necessarily. As long as you have a matching coil outside with the inside coil that are meant to go with each other, you got a better chance of success working as a heat pump like that.
But if it's a microchannel, you can't pump it down in the condenser, right? I mean, that's what I've heard. I've never worked on them
Yeah, you
because
can.
Well, because it takes less volume or something. I don't know. Somebody smart might correct me in the chat.
Yeah, please, because I'm curious for myself now. I'm like,
I know
shit, have I been
I've
doing?
heard this before. I feel like I've heard this before about microchannels. Like once you start seeing them on condensers, because like in the RTUs, everything is microchannel now. Even the evaporators. That was like the last thing that went microchannel, and we're gonna start seeing that. I think more and more.
Get your aluminum brazing up. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody had a. I think it was Craig and Ty had a video. Did we talk about that? They had a
Mm-mm.
patch repair video that they did together. And all the
It's
comments
cool.
were like, well, the only thing is this is a controlled environment. You know, they want to see an actual leak, right? Not somebody
Yeah.
drilling a hole into it and fixing it, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
hadn't tried it
true.
yet. I hadn't tried it yet. Normally, we replace the coil.
My
Oh,
boy,
I think it was on my live stream that I did on my channel, but like the other thing is I forgot Solder World tells you that you can practice on a soda can. I guess like drilling a hole and then patching it.
shout
Yeah,
out Solder Weld, bro.
that's pretty
Love
thin.
love that guy.
If you can patch a soda can, you can patch a coil.
If you could dodge a wrench, Kurt. Yo, it's I was like, damn it. Nah, I blanked. Sorry, I had something I wanted to say, and I'm not even idiot.
Oh well, everybody's talking about like microchannels and the banning of 1234YF. When I first saw that, I thought that was a joke. That stupid refrigerant.
Well, that's what 454 is, yeah, right?
Uh, it's
It's
in it, right?
32 in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 68, 32,
Oh,
and
that was my other
whatever.
point. Remember when you were talking about like the GWP and
Hmm.
phasing out and all that? Like Ty did a really good video. I think it was on Instagram explaining that, and it's like, because which one? 454 is
Like
better or lower,
450.
right?
Yeah.
But it has this. That's a forever chemical. So like technically, if one is getting
It's not.
banned, if one is
Yeah.
getting banned, they're all getting banned.
Bro, it's just a money making scheme for these. Oh man, they're gonna get rich quick.
They already have been. This crap used to cost $85 a drum.
Quicker. Like they're gonna be like, oh, well, we gotta flush out this whole line of systems and bring in a new one. You know what I mean?
ATT
Golly.
East.
Shout out. Shout out. ATT.
Dodgeball reference. Love it.
Thank thank you. No.
Classic.
Dude, did you know he's the same character in that movie as he is in Fat Camp? When it was Tony, what was his name? You guys remember Fat Camp, the movie?
Kind of. I remember the character though.
God, so good, so good. Tony. See more butts than everyone's seen more butts. Nobody's
Oh
seen
yeah.
more butts than you, Uncle Tony. Yeah, that shit was good.
So
We
a
watched
lot
that movie
of
quite a bit.
I was gonna say a lot of stupid movies, but they were really good.
It's like it's on the Disney thing. My son's like, "Can we watch Fat Camp?" Like, yeah, okay. Oh man, or it's not Fat Camp. It was supposed to be called Fat Camp. It's called Heavyweights. Sorry.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. In the beginning, the kid's like, "I'm going to Fat Camp." Like,
I'm gonna look to the chat real quick.
yeah, let me know what's up in the chat, man. How's everybody doing?
Somebody's saying you drill the hole in the bottom of the soda can to try to practice on it.
Yeah, because I think in my chat when they brought it up, I was like, I wish I had a coil to practice on, right? Like, I think I've only come across maybe two of those that leaked because I don't see a lot of them. I don't see a lot of them. So the ones that did leak, I wanted to repair them. I was going to quote it and everything, but then like another company comes in. So like, it's always been like, I'm about to do it or I quote it, but I don't get that job. So I haven't, because I had my little solder weld kit ready to try it out, but haven't had
Let's
a chance.
go. I know my boy George. He did a job. He did it because the boys. This was at the old company where we worked at. They did a rooftop install, and they took the door or one of the panels off, and it slammed up against the micro channel, just sliced it, bro.
That's exactly what happened at one that I
Yeah.
went to. You could tell.
And yeah, and they didn't say nothing, of course. And I was just like,
Yeah.
"These sons of bitches."
I
And,
went out.
but
Well, that you said that was George, right?
George went out and repaired it, so I know
So
he's repaired it with
he's
the kit
repaired
and all
one.
that.
Because I went to one, and the other company said that they had bad compressors, and then I go out there, and they're flat,
Mm,
and then you could see this big line across the damn microchannel, and
there it
it
is.
was it was them taking off the hail guards, obviously, or putting them on, and they had
Mm,
let go probably of one side, and it just like sliced right down the
mm,
middle. And I was like, no, you got a leak there. So I tried to quote him on that, but I never got the bid on it. So I don't know what happened.
yikes,
Who?
Kurt, that's a
Well,
cool hoodie you got.
Cool hoodie.
and a cool
Yeah, man,
hat.
that's cool. I like that, bro. You should sell your merch, man. I like it. I'm just saying, it's
Well,
a little
between
different.
us, there's a particular clothing merch store that I have decided I'm going to make them pay for dissing me.
What are you even talking about, bro? Why would you do something like that?
I'm going to exact my revenge by going after their customers.
He's gonna wear
Yo,
everything else.
that's what I need to find. I need to find another one that's like very, yeah.
I'm sure there's
It,
plenty. Yeah.
but they were like the biggest one, so it was cool for a while. But damn,
Did I tell you guys
So,
about?
dude,
Go ahead.
I got to give you props on those mid roll ads you've been having with that Camel City Mill.
go go get yourself some socks. We got HVAC nights. We got Kraus, and we got reliable HVACR. Kurt didn't want to. He doesn't believe in a sock. He don't believe in America.
But he
so,
likes the ads.
Um, he likes.
Yeah,
He likes.
dude.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, shoot
It
those
just, it
joints right
just
in the
kind of
garage.
flips over to it, and it's like you just continue the conversation, and
He
it's just like a natural flow to it.
he enjoys the ads, but it doesn't. The ads don't work on him. I don't know.
Yeah, like, so did you buy a pair of socks? That's the only thing I need to know. My kids need new shoes, bro.
No, I didn't buy any new socks.
Oh man, I appreciate it. I
Well,
appreciate it.
speaking of clothing and all that, did I tell you guys about the time that I got scammed because I thought I made it as an influencer?
Was it Sheen?
No.
Timu?
No, it was something called Blue Collar Boys. Blue Collar Boys.
Okay.
Yeah. Clothing line. And they had some cool stuff. They had some stuff that looked like troll clothing. This was back during COVID,
Back.
right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know of too many. I don't even know if I don't know how long troll clothing has been around, but hey, we would love
2017.
to work with you, blah blah blah, this whole message. But you got to buy the shirt and we'll refund you and then we'll send you all this stuff and all that. And I was like, cool. I had like not that many, followers and all that. Never heard back. And then I started seeing all these other guys fall for the same thing. And then I started telling people, don't go buy their shit. Because
Yo.
somebody on their Instagram posted like a story and it's like, please help me. I've been trying to get paid from my boss here at Blue Collar Boys or whatever and this and that. And I saw it because I was like on there a lot. And then they quickly took it down and then they kept trying to put these help posts and things like that. So it was like whoever was helping them with their marketing, like they hired, I guess, like was not getting paid either. So like there was a whole mess. And I was like, okay, never again
Damn.
fall for a scam like
It's,
that where you got to buy something up front.
They still putting out some badass designs, bro.
No, they don't.
I was gonna look them
They
up and be
were
like, let's see if
around
they.
for a while that year, and they were even like, "Oh, we're gonna come up with a women's line. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that." And I was like, oh, "Screw these guys."
There's Houtzer. I don't know. Blue Collar Union. I'm just looking.
They're probably not up there anymore. And then I found out they
ain't.
had like 5 accounts too.
Oh, you son of a gun.
So
I mean, there is a Instagram with 1.4K followers. I mean, Blue Collar Boys go.
oh,
That
maybe it
shit
was
looks
that one.
so
And
janky, bro.
back in the day, that was they're like some of them are photoshopped. I think back in the day they were like 1,000 was a lot.
Yo, right? You know what? Screw it. We're going to the American Blue Collar Apparel. These guys look cool. They're like a bunch of dudes I'd hang out with and drink a beer with. or Diet Pepsis, Kurt. So check them out.
But another segue I wanted to get into was that video that you did because I had a guy on my. We recorded a podcast and he's from Florida. I was like, "Oh, do you know Jake?" He's like, "Oh, I just saw his video," and it was the one where you walked up to the guy. Hey, what? They called you too, and this and that. Where you met up with the other company.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes,
that was like it was a piece of work. That unit.
Yeah, dude. Isn't that some bullshit? Like you walk and then like watch the whole thing through again. End of the story is like the guy's like, oh, they owned it. Like, how are you gonna? I mean, sure, they came in with a price at $6,000. Like, I'm not charging. Like my installs generally, bro, are gonna be 10, 11, 12 is where we're pricing them. Okay, and we actually came down to a decent price. It was probably 75 or 8. Straight cool system, nothing crazy. And then that's the text you get back. And it's like, what? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, this guy, and so here's my hypothesis with this company is like, do they own all their mistakes like that? And that's how they expect to get their work anyways. Like, oh, we're just going to fuck it up so much. Like, you're not going to even be able to repair it because we done, but you know what? We're going to do everything in our hands to make sure to make this right. We can do this system for $6,000. What do you say? You know what I mean?
On top of all the money they made probably on those other calls that they did.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude.
Because I had the same exact thing that I think we talked about briefly on here like last year, where sometimes that customer wants to get a second opinion and then that second opinion's like, no, telling them that I was wrong and they could fix it. And then like it only lasts like a day when they fixed it.
Oh, yeah, that dude.
But they own it, like you said. Same exact thing. They owned it, right? And they got the approval to install a whole new system when I had already given a bid for that. It's beyond repair. You need a new system. Someone comes in, does a patch. It works for like a day, but then they get the bid to replace it. I'm like how does that make sense? But that's exactly what you're talking about. They owned it.
Yeah, dude. I think what's going to happen is we're going to see a lot more of that because, like, I mean, the dude looked like an older cat too. I mean, probably mid-40s and shit. Like, unless he just got into it, like you would have known. Like, again,
No,
somebody pointed out like,
410. Is that
dude,
what his mistake was? He charged it with the wrong.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And then that kind of messed it up.
Screwed up the whole thing.
Dude,
Was
like
that the one? Did you show like the notes or something or the invoice, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And it
And
said,
then if you look,
I charged it and it has no temp split. Oh, it must be just a bad unit.
the low side was beautiful. It was 70, right? High side was 340. Well, okay, you cleaned the coil, so it dropped down. The high side dropped to 240, but he gassed a bitch up, and the low side was 170. It's like, yeah, people are just stupid as hell, man. Like,
yeah. I read the little description there, and I was like, wow, how? But yeah.
And so, I mean, at least, like I said, I had the tag was all gone and stuff, so I had to look at the compressor, and because granted, like, look, think '06, I think the system was dated. If you look at Carrier, like they had the big pink Puron stickers on there at that time. It was obviously faded too, so you could have potentially got it, wrong. But again, do your due diligence and just do it right. Like you think everybody, like us, we think the way we think is how everybody else is doing, and it's literally clearly not the case.
Oh yeah. A lot
So
of stuff that I think is like common sense or something everybody does or whatever. Like you said, doing your due diligence. Just this is what it is. This is what we need to do. This is whatever. Lay it out. Not everybody does that. Everybody just either it's gas and go, put the wrong refrigerant in there, sabotage it. I don't know, and then make money
yeah,
at the end of it. Make money somehow. I don't know.
put the wrong size cap in there or something crazy, cross legs, or if it's like, you know what I mean, three phase. I've seen that shit, bro. You know what I mean? And you're like, how the hell? Like it was, they're like, yeah, it was running. Guy came out here
I
and you
never
go and you're like,
believe that.
that's crazy, bro. He's like, did
You
you
get that
switch a
too?
leg and
You get that too, Kurt?
synced it?
Hmm. Oh yeah, I used to work for a big company, and I got called to a dentist office one time where they had just done a preventive maintenance and changed a contactor, and I get there and my two compressor wires on top of the contactor are reversed. Compressor is shorted, and there ain't nothing I can do about it. Um, so I called my boss and I told him what I found. And he said, "Whatever you do, don't tell them."
Okay.
Is it?
I mean, it wasn't the boss man who did it though, right?
No, it was the guy who did the preventive maintenance and changed the
Mm,
contactor.
Like,
yeah.
come on, dog.
They didn't own that one.
But nah, right?
Nope, they
Kurt,
didn't own it.
did you change the compressor?
Yeah, I changed the compressor.
Yeah, my
I was
man.
gonna say, did they just sell them a new system after that, or?
I was working for somebody else.
Yeah.
I,
No, I
I
mean,
was just a
at that
I was
at
just
that
a
point.
tech, and if I thought they needed a new system, somebody came along behind me to do a quote.
Oh, okay. Well, at that point, you got to do whatever you're told. There's no way around it.
Yeah, it didn't seem fair, but I didn't want to lose my job, so I didn't say a word.
I think we've all been there. You bite your tongue.
Shout out Matt.
Megan was saying that Matt has some repair videos on microchannels, which I'll go check out after this. Then
That's a guy that knows what he's doing. That's the problem. We don't. Oh
I don't have
man.
good luck with aluminum. I've had like maybe 2 repairs that I've done. One stuck, one didn't, but they were cracks that I was trying to patch, and I feel like that never
Mm.
works out. It just runs.
Runs dripping the AK from far away. My the video I did yesterday, I want to ask you guys real quick. The way it was one of those universal motors, and I put the rotational terminals through the top of the fan shroud there. That's how I was taught, and that's how I see. Like, I swear to God, like
Every
99%
time.
of the yeah. And then like I asked people, many
Yeah, I
people were
saw.
like, "Oh, that looks like shit. I do this.
I,
I
s-
do." That." I'm like,
oh, I
I've
didn't
never
see.
seen anybody do that.
I don't.
I was.
I've started hiding them underneath. I'll check my
Yeah.
rotation before I tidy everything up on the sticker,
Okay. Yeah.
and then I'll just zip tie them to like that seal tight
Yeah.
underneath. I mean, but I've done them
Mhm.
where they stick out the top, in the years past. But now I try to hide them underneath that.
Is it
Same.
just for YouTube you do that, Kurt? Is that why? Because people said something to
No,
you?
You're more
no,
conscious about
because
it.
I've started noticing that the sun will get to those
Oh yeah.
wires and
Oh
it
yeah.
can cause a short. Somebody could get
Well,
shot.
They.
see
Yeah.
here.
The insulation on the connectors are completely gone after that. After the sun gets to it.
The That's true. But somehow, like a lot of the dudes were like, they just put it inside the seal tight, and I was like, that's probably something I'm gonna start trying to do. But
I
one of the guys was like,
try.
the seal tight. Oh, so the guy was like, I can't even. That's stupid. You don't even need the seal tight. It's just so the wires don't like. My point too is like the seal tight doesn't fit against the motor, and that's like a water intrusion spot though, right there. If they don't, that's what I don't understand.
I don't like that
You know
either.
what I
Yeah.
mean?
Like you have that that piece, right? And I've done
Yeah.
that too, where I try to stick all the wires in there. It doesn't always work out, but like I've seen worse. So like I don't know if it affects it that much, right? You see wires
Yeah.
exposed all the time, and the shit works. Like so, I think now it's like whatever. Like if I see it, I leave it like that. But like if I can, or if I have the time, or whatever, I at least tape up the connectors, right? The connectors that go in. And like Kurt said, I feel like sometimes I have dyslexia or something. I try to make sure I have the right rotation. Every now and then I've been super confident. I put everything tidy up and I wait at the end to turn it on and I'm like, shit, it's the other way.
Mm,
So then I got to undo everything.
straight up.
So it's
Yeah.
happened to me too. But I try
All
to
right.
tidy up
Just
everything. I try to tidy up everything, put it as close as I can, zip tie it to the grill, and just shove it up against the motor as best as you can, and then tape up the connectors so they don't get brittle, and then zip tie that to that seal tight. That's the only way that I do it, and I've also left them out. And I don't know. As long as my main thing is tape up the connectors, at least for me. Even when I have my guys do it, at least tape up the connectors.
there we go. Boom. Nailed it. Shout out to Rude the dude, bro. Let's go.
Oh yeah, Rudy was like, I wore my HVAC night shirt, took my daughter to breakfast, and it was awesome. I don't know what they were talking
Check
about though.
you know,
I think he had a
check the
video.
link.
Go check out the merch at the website. But
There you go, man. Go plug it, dog. Plug it. Come on now.
plenty of HVAC nights merch. Anyway, I think he posted a video where he had a crap ton of ants in the contactor. I don't think I've always been warned about that. I've never actually seen it.
Mm-hmm. Put in
Yeah.
put a sure switch in there, boy.
Oh yeah.
I put a video out a while ago. Yeah. We'll get some spots that are really bad down here like that, and they just build up like crazy. But I don't know how it is getting up on the roof. There's not
Oh well,
much.
he asked right now in Florida or Georgia, do you guys get a lot of ants?
Yeah.
But that's what I do. I do the if I can't, I'll put in a sure switch if it's a continuous problem. I've heard some other things. There's some comments people left 'cause I was like, damn, this is a big issue, and people like they put some crazy stuff in there that they do to help prevent it. I don't know,
Oh
but
my word! I got a
What you got, Kurt?
one time. Okay, some old timey folks told me about like when ants get in your well contacts, that the ants do not like to crawl through Vaseline, so they put
Mm,
Vaseline around the power wires going to their contactor to
yeah.
keep ants from getting to the contactor. And one lady was having this terrible problem with ants getting in her contact, and I kept telling her, "You got to do something about these ants, or this is going to keep happening." And I told her about the thing about putting Vaseline around the power wires. A couple weeks later, she calls me out and says it ain't working. And I go over to her unit, and she has smeared Vaseline all over, all
Yo,
over her air conditioner. It was disgusting.
oh my god, yo, that's good.
it ain't working. Keep piling it up there.
You could shove this air conditioner somewhere.
So
Oh
do you use
man.
any products? 'Cause I think they do sell products for that, don't they? Like to keep the ants away. I don't know. Or do you just
Just
use a
ant
different
killer
contactor?
stuff you
Yeah,
pour on the mounds. There's some like
like
Baby
treat the
powder.
actual pest problem.
people
Yeah.
actually use stuff like grits, cornmeal, because when they eat it, it makes their stomachs blow up in their body.
Mm, yeah, I've heard that.
Hell yeah.
ATT East has seen cockroaches in the
Hmm.
contacts.
Yeah. Yeah. I was looking at a fan blade yesterday and it had some dead roaches in it, bro. I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing a pull and clean on this one, dog. That shit gonna stay imbalanced.
Wait,
The
on
whole
a what?
system's just. It was an air handler. It was a blower motor, and
Oh
I always
no,
check the
forget that.
insides, dude. If you ever watch me, sometimes when I'm taking off the door panel, like you'll see me do it like real slow because I've seen I mean, we get those palmetto bugs, quote
Oh
unquote, the
yeah.
big ass roaches, and they'll be inside that joint. And they'll run up across. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
we
I'm like,
call
no,
them palmetto bugs or water bugs. We got them too.
man, nothing's gonna be what that video Kurt did though,
I was
bro.
gonna say Kurt had them all over. Like he was all hanging out with those.
My man did his due diligence though.
He's like, I'm
Don't
still gonna give you a
don't
diagnosis here.
don't get no more blue collar boys than that.
Get an anteater as a pet. Just take it with you on the
There
job
you
site.
like that's all you can do, man. Yeah, like I said, what I'll do to remedy that if I had to replace it or come out and clean it again, I'll whatchamacalls it, I'll put a sure switch in there.
Or lube it up.
Give it the old lube job. Lubity tubity.
When I saw it, I didn't realize what it was. I thought maybe a capacitor had blown up or something. I didn't understand. And then I got to
Kurt,
realizing what had happened.
Kurt slipped off and shit. Like, oh god.
Freon Leon.
Freon.
Spray around it with carb cleaner. I've heard different things. Let's see.
Ooh, man. So I had another job. It was when one of these rude inverter systems in the bottom board, the fan control board, is shorted and it had a little black mark and it's overlaid on top of the board that's above it before it goes to the drive. And so I take that one off and we had to wait like a month for this thing, dude. It was so bad. I felt we had to get the lady like 3 window units, or it was 2 window units and a portable for her house. And I take off that board and behind the other board was a lizard. That's another big one. I know you get them, Kurt.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, I took a picture. I called the supply house. I was like, please tell me you have this just in case. Like, and of course they didn't. I was like, if this thing's fried too because of this board, but it wasn't, thankfully. But yeah, that's another one we get up down here.
Lizards, geckos, those little green tree frogs, they're terrible.
Oh yeah. I had a toad in there,
yeah.
bro. It scared the shit out of me. The big ass things.
I see those in y'all's videos. I don't get that, but I don't do enough residential either to see that.
Dude, one time I was sitting down Indian style right next to a condenser, and I had the maintenance man sitting right next to me. And I was like, man, I keep feeling something moving under my leg.
Oh, no, sir. Sorry,
So
Kurt. I was excited.
I got up and started digging under the dirt right where I was sitting, and there was this toad that I was basically just sitting on top of, and he just was getting uncomfortable and moving around.
He was like, hey, boy, move your ass. Oh, damn, that's good. That's funny.
I don't see any of that, but we had a alligator sighting here in town, which we don't have alligators, so I don't know where the hell that came from.
Well, now you do.
Made the news and everything.
Yeah, it was he was probably an illegal, is what he was.
Crossing the border over here.
Speaking of alligators, didn't some big YouTuber just make the news down there in Florida about wrestling an alligator?
Oh, there was every summer there's something that goes down. Yeah, they're always out there doing some.
No, this fella made national news, and he's a famous YouTuber. It's blue collar or something, but he's a firefighter.
Yeah. Nah, I want to say, to be honest with you, I want to say that was a little while ago. I've seen him. He's a pretty big boy. Like,
yeah.
Was he doing wrestling the alligator?
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, like he does some goofy.
Alligator was like, it looked like it was in the middle of an interstate, and the police had pulled over. So he goes up and he wrestles the alligator for the police.
Oh, that sounds familiar. I think I heard about that.
Let's see.
That's that's blue collar for you.
Well, here, there's a barefoot Florida man wrestles giant. 2 days ago on 95.
Yeah,
that's funny.
2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago. Right, up there in Jacksonville, over there in
Well,
the
Jake's like,
Ville,
this happens. This happens all the time. So you got to be more specific.
dude. Yeah, there's a spot in we got this huge lake, Lake Monroe and Lake Jessup, man. And if you go there at the right time, we counted one time going over the bridge, just one side, like 15 gators that we could see. But they'll get up there and they'll cross the damn bridge, bro. And you're just like stops traffic and everything. Oh man,
Yeah, we're
that's
not
funny.
used to
Use
that
dielectric.
in Texas over here. Oh yeah, dielectric grease on the contactor and connections.
Solid point. Solid point. There we go. Getting the tips out there.
And then
Tips
he
and
made a point. He
tricks.
makes a point that we have plugs on the condenser motors, right? So as long as you have that plug out, technically you're good. Those drain plugs.
Oh yeah, right on, right on, right on, right on. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I definitely made sure to do that. Which solid point. You know what? Screw it.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah,
keep keeping them at the top to
Brings
piss people off.
Eddie
Yep.
brings up the gorilla.
Oh, that's been like a thing, hasn't it?
I keep seeing memes on this. Something about a gorilla.
Yeah, it was
Have
like
y'all ever changed a motor that didn't have the plugs taken out?
Yes.
Full of water.
I want to tell you
Well, by the
about.
time I get there, it's not. But like I can imagine that's why they gave out because we have storms every now
Yeah,
and then like it gets really hot. I'm sure it dries out. But yes, as soon as I take one out, I check it, and I've seen usually when they fail prematurely, you can still see the plugs in there.
One
yeah.
time I got called to one that another technician had failed to pull the plugs out. I get called 6 months later and it's failed.
Hmm.
And this company that I was working for, this is a different company, wanted me to take it back and try to get it replaced under warranty. And I had to tell them, look, it's full of water. I can't even shake all this water out.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's
Yeah.
going to warranty this thing.
Nah,
Oh my god.
you got to eat
They
that
did.
one.
They tried to get me to do that.
I have no
It's a
shame.
crime.
I'll return shit, but like it has to be legit, Because my dad gets upset sometimes, and I'm like, no, don't worry, I'll return it. Like if it failed or I got the wrong part, I'll go back and return that. I'm gonna title this
Straight
episode
up.
100 men versus one gorilla. Oh no, 100 HVAC techs versus gorillas.
Boom. Nailed
There
it.
we go.
Dill Bill. Dill Bill. That's what I always call my little brother. His name's Dylan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you were like, what does that even mean? Okay, sorry.
What was I gonna say? Well, we got people popping in. We
You're,
got Hall's HVAC and Shorty. Sam Andrew popped
shout
in.
out to
What's
the
up?
boys. Sammy boy. Samuel.
Oh, and then
Shout out
Megan
to
brought up
Halls.
that Rector Seal has electric board spray. Do you guys use that? Like the little sprays?
Oh, no.
No, I didn't know there
So
wasn't. What is it,
there's
like a
another one.
Gonna
rotary seal or something?
Oh
Rector
my God, there's
Seal
another
Critter
one.
Spray.
AC something, and he specifically makes one, and it's like I think it's a dual purpose. So it does like the anti corrosion. So like if you're by the beach, stuff like that. Because I have one too. But there's one that this guy makes, and I really like it. I can't think of the damn
What
name
is
right now.
is it a circuit shield? That mean I would assume it's got like a little picture of a lizard on it.
And exactly, because that's what causes those problems.
That's pretty
There's
cool.
another
Yeah.
one, and I saw him at AHR. He came over, I think, at the Spectraline booth. Man, I'll have to look him up. And he has one too that he specifically formulated. I forgot who he worked with, but he came up with the formula. I'm pretty sure, and it's specifically for electronics. And there's something
Just
to
something
it.
to cover the terminals so that they don't arc.
Um, I don't. Well, I don't know. I have to look up that one that I'm thinking about because it's a dual purpose for boards. You spray it on the boards. It doesn't short out if anything goes across it, and it's also for like whatever you have by the beach so it doesn't get rusted out.
I mean, how much do you need of that? Because the beach is down. I mean, these things are destroyed within 2 years. Like, how many times you got to apply it? You know what I mean? Right on the beach.
We have.
I'd be curious. I know
I
that
don't know.
there's the Rector Seal one that you were mentioning is that golf. It's got like a shark on it.
That's
We
the one I
tried
have.
that, and if the coil or the I'll have to show you a picture of this system. It's just destroyed. It's like a year and a half old, 2 years now.
Okay,
Destroyed.
well, I had that one, but I switched to refrigeration technologies, and then I just bought one from New Calgon, but it's colored, right? Refrigeration technologies makes a clear one, but then at AHR I learned about that other
Is
guys, and
it
I want to try that one. But I
is
did
the
use
other
the
one?
Refritech one, and it did last on a walk-in condenser. Like it hasn't corroded at all.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Was the other one? I know there's a green one I bought once.
The one I'm
Was
thinking
that a
of
green?
is orange. Like the company is orange.
Okay.
I can't think of the name right now.
Orange, orange. What rhymes with orange?
Or do you Eminem?
You caught on pretty good. That was good. He was like,
Uh,
think of it.
well, yeah, like we were just talking about this because we had a system out there that we put in a few years ago,
Yeah,
and now
exactly.
it's having issues, right? Um, some corrosion. I think a compressor's giving out on it. Like these things get beat to shit by the beach. And there was another one that we installed there too, and I offered to do the coil coating, but I wanted to make sure everything else was like certain parts have to be coated, like the dryer and other things. So they're like, no, we got a company, and they went out there, and that thing is already falling apart. And it's not the coil. The coil is in pristine condition, so they did a good job there, but they didn't spray anything else. So like the dryers
Yeah.
leak, and the housing itself is like falling apart. It's already rusted out.
That's a big 10-4. Yeah, that's what's happening with what we got. It's literally like a beach house right on the beach, and it's no bueno, papi.
Oh my
That's a
God!
that,
Where have you heard somebody say "no bueno, papi"?
bro. I say it all the time. That's my Italian friend.
No,
That's kind of
because
his thing.
that's what the girls call their guys. They call them papi.
Yeah, no,
And in some places,
I
that's what the guys call the other guys.
yeah, no. I was gonna say a lot of we have a lot of Puerto Ricans
It's
here.
probably Florida, yeah.
No, they do. They call they call dudes poppy all the time. Like it's not. No, no,
Yeah, there's
no,
a guy that
poppy.
oh no, he's not from there. Yeah, but it's certain, yeah, certain people, because I've seen two guys that do that on social
Yeah.
media, and I'm like, don't call me that.
No, I'm good. Like I know that's just how I just know that's their lingo, bro. I'm good. It's you know that and what's the other one they say? No, cabron, right? Cabron, something like
Yeah,
that.
Kurt says that.
Do I?
No, 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 cabron. Yeah, see
There you
that?
go.
That's I'm pretty much
Oh,
fluent in German.
I found it.
What were we looking for?
AC Products USA is the name of I guess the company.
Made in China.
Don't say it.
So, you know, all these. That's man. Go to the dollar store somewhere, or go to Home Depot. Go get an American flag and look where it's made. Some of like 50% are made in China, and you're just like, what the fuck? AC Products USA. Let's see.
I can't find it.
Bam.
Oh, you know who this guy is? I think Ryden had him on
Oh,
that.
I've seen this dude.
Remember they did that something with the beer.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
because
He's
he has
down here in
another
the
product,
Keys. Yep. Yep. Yeah.
something that makes
Yeah.
like something cold. I forgot what it was.
Yeah, like instantly almost, or they took a beer and
So you can have it
yeah.
instantly cold. beer. That's all I got from that podcast.
Yeah. Well, I think we were standing next to each other. Was that in Atlanta?
It was one of
I
them. I
think we were
showed up
next.
to it, and like he was already on. I think you were already there, and I showed up.
Yeah.
And that's like
Yeah.
the part that I caught was when they were doing the beer thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so he
right.
has like several products. That's the one that I'm interested in like trying. We have like 2 customers out there by the beach.
I was gonna say, how close are you to the coast?
We are about an hour and a half,
Okay.
something like that.
And
So
you get out there.
it doesn't affect us here, but like once you
Yeah.
get like you can tell the closer and closer you get, everything starts looking like old and
Just
rusted.
dry. Yeah, man. Like,
So like
we
once
feel a
we
little
get over there,
ashy.
we do service the beach area. We only have 2 customers out there, like one fast food place and one restaurant. So we do service over there.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be interested to see do something. Maybe next time I go to that other job, because we go out there quarterly to do maintenances. Right? That's the freaking tagline, ain't it?
That happens with your iPhone. That's made in China and it's assembled in California.
It's now the big thing
Or
is
what is it? There you go.
design, engineered, and assembled. And you're like, that's Goodman's big thing too.
There you go. That's what it is. Apple is designed in California, but it's made over there.
You're just like, oh, cool. That's awesome.
It came up with
Hopefully
the
they
idea
make their
here.
way over here.
Somebody needs to make
We
a
get.
Poppy HVAC channel.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there probably is. Well, look, Poppy. Hey, Poppy. No. That's probably a fucking company name down here, to be honest with you, bro. Let me see. Well, I mean, there's HVAC Poppy. I don't know who that
Really?
is.
Really?
Oh God.
Isn't that Louis?
Douchebag. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no.
okay.
Here's
Oh, man.
here's
Anyway.
Take me half a second to figure out who you're talking about.
that's
Anyway,
Pop. Hold on. We have a Poppy's appliance repair in Orlando. So okay.
we have a place that we like to get donuts from, and it's called Poppy's Donuts. But it's spelled it's spelled with a Y, so we always called it Pappy. I didn't know.
And they're like, nope.
And then I heard her like say it like the owner, and she's like Poppy Donuts. I'm like, oh shit, okay. I'd rather call it Pappy.
Yeah, we're going back. That's funny.
Oh, well.
So, really quick before we start to wrap up. People were asking about the Hillmore vacuum pump. Did you get yours, Jake?
I did.
What do you
Super
guys,
pumped.
What do you guys think about it?
It's
Get it?
tiny.
That's what she said. Did you compare it to the Navac yet? Like,
I knew it. I knew it.
We were all
he's
waiting.
like, why am I even saying anything?
No, I didn't know we were getting it, and I left all my Navac stuff at the warehouse for everybody just to,
Use.
take. I'll get it. I'll get it back though, because it was gonna be like an extra one. So I'll go get the Navac. I'll compare it. I feel like it is, like even using the Navac, I felt like the Homer one was pretty small. But out of the gate, they let you use an adapter, which I already mentioned. Navac blocked that,
Because they're like,
And-
not today.
and it's cheaper. I saw it on True Tech Tools for like $438.
Goes with a 9
Navax
amp hour battery.
is $499, and the difference is you get a 9 amp hour. Navac gives you a 5 amp hour.
Yeah. Yep.
And I swear that 5 amp hour never lasted, so I never used it.
That
Yeah,
9 amp hour charges on my Makita charger. It
Okay,
doesn't click in
nice.
all the way. It doesn't
Yeah.
click in all the way, but it'll charge it.
That's what I was
Okay.
wondering.
It's good to know.
Yeah, Mike, that is the 2 CFM. In my honest opinion, because I ran the Navac for a while with a Milwaukee battery, it can do anything under maybe like 10 tons. Around 10 tons and under, I had no issues.
Sick.
What do you What, Kurt?
It
I
just
mean, he
seems
had a.
like a 5-ton system that may have, for example, if you're
I can't tell you.
doing
I can't tell you
a
on line set.
compressor and it's got oil trapped refrigerant in the
Okay, yeah.
accumulator, it takes a long time to pull a vacuum.
Kurt, it must be the environment and the elevation you live in. That's why you have such a hard time pulling vacuums. Okay.
Jake does it in 2 minutes.
I get a 74 micron in 8 minutes, brother. So I don't want to hear it. Kurt's like, it's bullshit.
I'm gonna guess. I don't know if it says anywhere on there. I'm pretty sure you're good for like at least 30 minutes on the 9 amp hour. Because my NAVAC, the NAVAC one, didn't even last 20 minutes. Like it would die.
Oh my good, what good is that?
Exactly. That's why I never used it. I ended up using a Milwaukee adapter just to get use out of it, right? Because we need at least, well, me and Kurt need at least 30 minutes. Jake needs like 5.
I don't need anything, bro.
No.
I could generally just use my mouth in a straw and draw that thing down. Like, I don't know about y'all.
Micron gauge says we're good to go.
That's funny. I was trying to find Kurt's video because when we did the Hillmore booth, he was able to we were asking those questions and the guy was, I mean, he was straight up. He was like, "Look, bro, you're gonna get this," and he was
excited.
Yeah. So
I can't wait to try it out. Yeah, Mike is asking because I have. Well, we all have.
Oh
right?
shit! Yeah.
We all have the Milwaukee one. That's gonna be like the heavy duty one for bigger systems, like you said, Kurt. Because somebody asked me, and I was like, I had the field piece as a backup after I got the nav.
Well,
and it was just what.
I wanted to get this clear real quick because you said that's going to be the big one, but for Kurt, he's gonna use the big boy. He's going to use that JB 12 CFM
Kurt
with his power station.
Kurt needs a whole section for his pumps now.
He's got like every single pump going, bro. Oh, I love it.
Dude,
he's got another one on his mind.
2 CFM, but I'll be honest, I've had a couple of little difficulties with the Milwaukee, and something makes me think.
Oh, okay.
Stop. I just don't want like to have bad luck with them, man, because I've had really good luck with the Milwaukee, and I'm hoping I'm hoping this Hillmore one's really good as well. I just don't want, but the Milwaukee does have a 5-year warranty. So
I am going to run that thing until it breaks, but it sounds like it's going to be before too long.
Damn. So it does have a 5-year warranty. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and it's priced well, in my opinion. No, somebody asked me, and I was like, I have the field piece as a backup. If I have a really big system, maybe it's a long line set, whatever, or if it has contamination, right? If it's really bad. So yeah, like with a 2 CFM, I wouldn't expect it to be for that. Like it's not going to be like the best of the best, but for like Mike says, reach-ins, I used a 2 CFM all the time, and it dropped down in minutes. And I used it on RTUs when I did compressor changeouts or anything like that, and it took a little longer, but it did the job. So I think they're pretty cool, and now you have options because like Milwaukee has one, Hillmore has one, NAVAC has several. We can also talk about, I don't know how he got a steel deal, but Rhodes got that Trade Pro one, and that one looks awesome too.
Yeah, there's that, the Trade Pro, and the Uniweld makes one too.
Oh yeah, Uniweld.
That little Hillmore is so small, it's easy to keep it as a spare vacuum pump in your van. Just stash it away in a corner somewhere. It doesn't take up much space.
I have mine on a little shelf.
You could just double up, put a Y on the line, and then you use the Milwaukee and the Hillmore at the same. You got 7 CFM, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Daisy chain those things.
I can do it.
Yeah, well, I'm doing it tomorrow.
yeah,
All
Rhodes
right.
got a. I don't know how he got it for 450. The only place that has Trade Pro here I know is Carrier and Baker, and I was
Mm-hmm.
getting 800 for that on my when I looked it up.
Yikes.
I was like, oh
A
no, at
Trade Pro
800.
vacuum pump? What is it? I'm not familiar with
Trade
this.
Pro is a battery powered. What was it? 5 CFM pump.
Mm-hmm.
What's it run
Yeah.
off of?
Um,
I
I think
mean,
it's the
what kind of
same.
battery platform?
Did he say what it was?
I don't recall. I seen him use that guy,
I don't think he used the
but
battery it came with. I think he used an adapter. So maybe it's a Makita too. I feel like they're all Makita, aren't they?
yeah, probably. It
I
seems
think
that route.
Navac is Makita, but they blocked it with a little piece of plastic that I
So you
had.
can just
I grinded it off. Yeah. So
grind it off. Yeah.
I think they all use Makita actually. So he used an adapter, I think, to use Milwaukee. The guy that who did Uniweld, was it him or somebody else?
I want to say that was Homeboy down here, Subcool
Subcool.
HVAC.
Yeah. He had the same adapter on his. Like I think they all use Makita.
But they also got the AC power for theirs you can hook up.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
for which one?
The Uniweld and the Trade Pro. You
He
can,
bought
yep.
it. Rhodes bought it for 450. He showed the receipt. I was like, for that, for a 5 CFM battery powered, I'll take it. But when
And
I
it
looked for
has an
it,
adapter to plug it up.
did it come?
Yes, it's
I think it
separate. It's
came.
separate. You got to buy it
Oh, okay.
separate.
Oh,
But he got it cheap because I looked it up and it was $800. I was like, nah, I'm good.
You're right.
So, and that's another thing. I don't know. I think we're already out of time, but like the refrigerants, even the vacuum pumps, it depends on where you go. Like it sucks, but it's like a different price for everybody.
Yeah. It's going to be a wild summer, boys. So we will have lots to talk about. I hope everybody out there gives us a lot of stories. Let us know in your market what you got going on, because honestly, I think if we can all just keep this going and a big understanding, it'd be pretty good to hear everybody's differences and what they're dealing with.
Yeah, like I like the video that Kurt posted of just trying to shop around and call people like pricing wise, because I
Yeah.
was doing that today too.
Yeah, that was cool, Kurt. He's like, hey, that's the cheapest price I got all day. Well, you can have that sent over.
You should have you
and
you should have
look,
told them I actually found it cheaper. Can you price match it and got it even lower?
Oh,
and,
dang, I
Like
guess
this.
that's fun.
they left it at my front door
Oh, that
within
was cool.
24 hours.
That was
That's
cool.
awesome. Oh, would you use the blue on that?
No, we can't do that.
No, there's gonna be a fee and a surcharge and a
Oh,
everything
man.
subscription.
Oh, man. Yeah. Email the HVAC Nights. Let us know what y'all are dealing with, man.
Yeah, I think we'll close out on that, and we'll get to that next time. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Anything else, guys?
No, man. Be safe out there.
Well, Kurt has to get his fireworks in. No,
I
we
won't.
won't let. No, I'm not gonna let you.
Hey, you son of a bitch. I see him in the bottom, though. Those were for me anyways. Get ready, Kurt. Here we go. Get ready. That's good. Oh, man. God, you sons of bitches. Oh, we're still here.